Hey, good evening, parents of the West Shore District and taxpayers of Cumberland County. So, today, here at the Boiling Point, the Midnight Edition, we will be speaking about the West Shore School District, a year in review. And what a year it has been! It was a crazy year. Um, To begin with, we had a lot of media coverage, tainted media coverage, compromised media coverage in our school board meetings, and we all saw it. We had Penn Live, the York Dispatch, ABC, CBS, all covering what was happening with the West Shore School District, but they were covering it um very biasly, okay, because they were being called in by one of our local parent advocates, who is actually pushing her woke agendas in our schools, and because she has worked with these networks, and I believe she currently has either a small program or some sort of time slot with ABC. ABC has been very biased in their reporting against the West Shore School District and its parents. And these are things that we saw in 2025. So 2025 was one of those years that told us um, it's time for us to put the Chromebook down and pick up a copy of the PA Constitution and the Constitution of the United States, because the West Shore School District is a walking constitution violation. A walking constitutional violation in every sense of the word. And they have shown us that uh, this past year. Well, this year that's soon to end 2025, and going forward it's going to be a doozy. So let's talk about a year in review, and let's begin with the Sunshine Act violation, the Great Political Theater. So let's start with a lawsuit that was supposed to save democracy and restore transparency and protect the children. And all the time, um, everything about this lawsuit lacked transparency. Okay, and we have key players in within the people suing and guiding the people how to sue amongst our veteran board members. So this lawsuit is what I call the great political theater. So instead, it turned out to be a political performance so dramatic it deserved a Tony Award. And throughout the year, mind you, when the lawsuit was going forward, okay, the board members weren't allowed to speak. Now, we had one particular board member that retired this year, okay, crazy typing and letting the community know what to do, what to say, how to go about things, okay, and it was revealed during the deposition that this particular retired board member had her hands all over this, okay, and was actually running the show from behind the scenes. So, this lawsuit, pushed by longtime insiders and their activist friends, claim the board violated the Sunshine Act. But here is where the plot twisted. When depositions were scheduled, the plaintiffs asked to settle. Okay, so they allow all the board members to be deposed, but before their time, the people that started the lawsuit um, came to be deposed, they asked to settle. Before they were questioned, before they were under oath, before the public could hear their story and their reason for this lawsuit, they decided to settle. Okay, because honestly, they were losing the lawsuit, and it wasn't good for them. It wasn't going to be a good look for them to lose the lawsuit. Okay, because I think the judge and the lawyers were seeing that all this was politically based. Okay, there was a bias here, and it was the so-called um, advocates and veteran school board members trying to bring in their agenda and being upset because they fired their friend. How dare you? And all the time, costing us money. hmm it's almost like they didn't want to answer questions. Okay. And just like that, the lawsuit fizzled out. Not with a bang, but with a settlement order and a quiet shuffle off stage. And let's not forget also a fundraiser to pay for the legal expenditures. So we already paid, okay, through the insurance, okay, that the district had. So we paid over $100,000 plus. And after they decided they don't want to be deposed, they want to settle, okay, and the school board doing the responsible thing, the conservative board, they didn't want to break the taxpayers back any more than it has been, broken. Decide, okay, let's do the right thing and let's settle. After all that, they're still begging the community to pay their legal bills. Okay, so yes, this whole lawsuit, Sunshine Act lawsuit, was political theater, political drama at its best, and boy, did it expose some truths! Did it ever? Now we also have a new board, a new direction, and new concerns. So let's talk about the new board lineup. Parents across the district have been raising serious concerns about the direction that the board is heading under this new majority. Not because they dislike individuals per se, but because the policy priorities are setting off some serious alarms. Concerns includes a shift away from parental rights, a return to opaque decision making, a willingness to spend first, justify later. But we've seen this before. We've seen this before. Before the conservative board came into place, okay, we already had the situation with Brian Geiswhite, okay, which is spend first, justify later. And if you can't justify, make it up. Okay. And the good thing is that the parents are awake. Parents are awake and they're catching him on his lies. Then we're gonna see, and parents are concerned about a pattern of ideological alignment over community input. hmm The return of Brian Geiswhite, along with the new board members Mikkel and Dankowski, will ensure the collapse of the West Shore School District. And let's not forget that now we have Beaker as the vice president. And you guys know who I mean when I say Beaker, the most ineffective school board member there's been for a while now. And I guess because he's a yes man, okay, they decided to make him vice president. We also have the administration creating anonymous committees to decide what your child is going to be exposed to. And we spoke previously in another video that a superintendent in Pennsylvania cannot create anonymous nor secret committees without disclosing who the people are. But yet, here we are, and he is doing it. And this new board is allowing him to get away with it. All right. So parents are watching closely and they are not liking what they're seeing. So let's talk about the Red Land Project and the library resource. Come on, let's talk. Okay. So remember the Red Land Project? Remember the library policy? Well, go get a drink. Because it seems like both of them might be officially history. Because you see, the left And the veteran school board members were fighting against these two things, the Red Land Project and the library policy. So the new board majority is pretty much making it clear that these initiatives are not happening. Not now, not ever while they're seated. Not even if you bribe them with a lifetime supply of West Shore School District spiritware. And we do know that at least one sitting board member, Adam Trone, loves to offer bribes. Parents who supported these efforts for safety, transparency, and modernization are understandably frustrated. Years of planning gone, community input ignored, and fiscal responsibility optional at best. Optional. So let's talk about what we think is going to happen for 2026. Taxes, spending in the coming fiscal storm, and work agendas. Let's talk money and work agendas. Everyone's favorite topic, because that seems to be their favorite topic, folks. Parents are bracing for higher school taxes. Not surprising, we have guys right back in that seat. More spending with fewer guardrails. A shrinking student population because parents are starting to pull the kids out of the West Shore and homeschool. Now that they are attacking cyber school, that's fine. They can attack all they want. They can't stop homeschooling, and they can't stop the parents and putting their kids in Catholic school, private Christian school, or any other private school that is being offered out there. Okay. We're getting ready for a growing deficit. Okay. Oh yeah, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow, and you are gonna pay for it. Okay. They're getting ready for non-compliance with the Title IX executive orders. We're already seeing it. Was there not a girl just last week in the boys' bathroom in Cedar Cliff High School? Okay. We are getting ready for co-ed bathrooms. So yes, mom and dad, your girls will be sharing the bathroom with a boy. Okay. And do not be surprised if from the bathroom it turns into the showers. Okay. So get ready for that, and get ready for boys back in girls sports. Because when it comes to the money, that financial aspect of it, here's the math no one wants to say out loud. When family leaves the district, and yes, there are family currently planning to leave the district. Okay, enrollment drops. When enrollment drops, state funding drops. When funding drops, the deficit grows. And when the deficit grows, guess who gets the bill? Spoiler alert, it's not the board members, not at all. It's you and me, the taxpayer, the parents, and the family who actually decides to stay. So, what does it mean for 2026? So, this is a district on a trajectory towards higher taxes, lower enrollment, bigger deficits, less transparency, more ideological decision making, and spending habits that will make a Vegas high roller blush. Parents are right to be concerned. They really are, because I'm seeing this myself. I've been at home, I'm seeing this myself, I'm seeing what's happening. I'm seeing the disrespect towards parents beginning. I'm seeing them trying to shut down parental rights again. I'm seeing it happen. And the parents, they have the right to be vocal, and they have the right to demand better, because the future of the district does not belong to politicians, although it does right now. It does not belong to activists, although it does right now, nor insiders. Yeah, it does right now. It belongs to the family who live here. So, parents, again, this is our 2025 recap, a year of lawsuit, leadership shifts, abandoned projects, school board members resigning, and fiscal warning signs. But here's the good news: parents are awake, they're organizing, And parents are now paying attention. And when parents pay attention and continue to fight, things must change. It's not going to be easy. Okay, it's not going to be easy. We have a heck of a battle, okay, ahead of us. But we have to do what we have to do to make sure that the changes take place and to protect our children. And that's just, the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. So get ready for the clown circus. Okay, we already seen it. We saw it when we were saying goodbye to Mrs. Brent, how people were being so rude and disrespectful to her. Okay, how people wouldn't stand up, okay, acknowledging her service. This is what the West Shore School District is facing at the moment. And like I stated before, and I will continue to state, okay, parents of the West Shore School District, if you have no other options than to leave your children there, I get it, I understand, okay, but be ever so vigilant. Be ever so vigilant. Um, if you're looking to buy property and you see the West Shore School District is the school district and you have children, unless you're okay with having your children indoctrinated, and I say that because there are people that are okay in having the kids indoctrinated, then look elsewhere. Okay, Dillsburg, Northern York, look elsewhere. Every district has problems, its own set of problems, granted, but the West Shore School District is an example of which way, in which direction you should not go. Okay. So we're the poster child for that. So get ready, guys. Get ready to see the collapse of the West Shore School District. That is just beginning. So with that, I hope that you have a fabulous, Christmas season with your family. And this is Mariana from The Pointing Point, signing off. God bless.